Hello everyone, I am Sammy, your devoted manga otaku, and welcome to my manga space. Today, I'm actually making a little announcement. If you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen that I'm hosting my very first readathon, and I thought I'd just make a little video sharing all of the details and prompts. So if you'd like to hear more, I invite you to grab a tea or other beverage of your choice, and let's talk about the Bonbon Read-a-thon. Starting February 8th through to the end of the 14th, I will be hosting the Bonbon Read-a-thon. This is a chocolate-themed readathon, and your goal is to devour as many bonbons, aka prompts, as you want. Basically, every flavor of bonbon in the chocolate box has a prompt attached to it, and you select books in accordance with those prompts to create your to-be-read list or your TBR. There are very few rules when it comes to this readathon. All the prompts are optional. You can devour the entire box of chocolates or pick and choose a couple flavors. I wanted this readathon to be relaxing and fun, and honestly, eating chocolate should bring you happiness and delight, and it shouldn't stress you out. It should be a comforting experience. So if you can't commit to a large TBR, or you only want to fulfill one or two of the prompts, that's perfectly fine. There is absolutely no pressure. When it comes to doubling up on prompts, meaning one book fulfills multiple prompts, it's also okay with me. It's entirely possible to eat multiple bonbons at once. When I make homemade caramel, I quite often eat 2 or 3 at a time. I just stuff them in there like a chipmunk, and you just sort of let them melt slowly in your mouth. It's heavenly, gooey goodness. Furthermore, when it comes to the type of media you can read for this readathon, choose whichever works best for you. I almost exclusively read manga and graphic novels, but I wanted this readathon to be inclusive, so novels, audiobooks, ebooks, manga, graphic novels, comics, and webcomics will all fulfill the prompts. And that's really it for the guidelines. So let's quickly go over all the bonbon flavors in our little chocolate box. There are 12 altogether, and we're going to start with sea salt caramels. They are sweet and satisfying, but also salty, like your tears. So for this prompt, you'll have to read a tearjerker, and you can choose the genre of your tearjerker. Maybe you want to cry tears of sadness, or maybe you want to cry tears of joy. Maybe you aren't an emotional person and books don't make you cry. Can't relate? But in that case, as long as the book sparks a strong emotional response, you can use it for this prompt. Next, we have the peanut butter and jelly bonbon, which is a flavor combination that really feels like the two flavors were made for each other. Flavor soulmates, if you will. For this prompt, you will need to read an LGBTQ+ romance. Some of the best and cutest romance stories out there feature people from the LGBTQ+ community, and honestly, narrowing down my choices for this prompt was quite difficult, but I think I have a book in mind. I ordered it the other day, so I'm like crossing my fingers that it makes it here in time. The third bonbon is vanilla buttercream, which is super basic. You find an iteration of this flavor in almost every chocolate box you buy, but honestly, basic isn't always bad. It can actually be quite comforting to do basic things sometimes. So for this prompt, you will be reading something within your comfort zone. For the fourth bonbon, we have a lemon cream flavored chocolate. Now, these chocolates aren't usually tart, they're actually pretty sweet, but lemons are known for being sour. So for this prompt, You'll have to select and read something that you have zero or few expectations for. You don't know if your read will be sweet or if your read will sour your taste buds. And then we have one of my favorite chocolate flavors, and that's the espresso crunch. Ice cream, chocolate, cake. If it's coffee flavored, I will most likely love it. When I was writing the prompt for this chocolate, the first thing that came to mind was that scene from George of the Jungle. I absolutely love George of the Jungle. Coffee is all about getting you hyped and energized, so for this prompt, you need to read something that you and or the community is super excited and hyped for. Up next, we have coconut truffles. Now, I probably should have mentioned this earlier, but my husband and I actually make chocolates at Christmas time. We haven't the last couple years because we have really small kids, but we used to make homemade chocolate boxes every single year, and I can safely say that the coconut truffles are one of the sweetest bonbons in the box. The ingredients are literally just shredded coconut, sweetened condensed milk, and a buttload of icing sugar to keep it all together. So naturally, this prompt will be asking you to read a very sweet and feel-good story. For the 7th prompt, we're going to follow the Spice Girls' advice, and we're going to spice up our lives. And we're going to do that with the spicy chili truffle. I first learned about chili chocolates from one of my favorite movies, Chocolat, which if you haven't watched, you should totally check it out. It's a very charming and gentle movie about a nomadic mother and daughter who travel from village to village in rural France, and they make a living by making and selling exotic chocolates. So after setting up a chocolate shop in this very strict and conservative village, this mother and daughter, they slowly start to change the views of the people who live there. It's a very whimsical and super underrated movie in my opinion, and if you haven't seen it, it's the perfect movie to watch during a chocolate themed readathon. Now, as for the prompt, to spice things up, you'll be reading a genre that you rarely read. And I highly recommend you think out of the box for this one and truly pick something way out of your comfort zone. And then we have the strawberry cream bonbon, which is a very light and fresh tasting treat. And keeping with that freshness theme, the prompt for this bonbon is reading something that has been published in the last 12 months. Now, for the milk chocolate heart, since it's the most popular chocolate flavor, I thought it was appropriate to read your favorite genre for this prompt. I personally like dark chocolate more than milk chocolate, but milk chocolate is okay. It's better than white chocolate, am I right? Sorry to all the white chocolate lovers out there, but white chocolate's gross. In my opinion, personally, I don't like it. Up next, we have the dark chocolate seashell, which has a bittersweet taste. So for this prompt, you'll be reading something with dramatic or mature themes. This might be a harder prompt for some people because I know not everyone likes to read mature or dramatic books, but I want to stress that any kind of drama would satisfy this prompt. It doesn't have to be adult or dark, it just has to be dramatic. And if that's still an issue for you, a simple bittersweet story would also satisfy this prompt. The hazelnut crunch bonbon proves that a hint of nuttiness, or in this case a lot of nuttiness, pairs super well with chocolate. So for this prompt, you are to read a comedy. Read something that's fun, something that'll make you smile, and something that'll make you belly laugh if possible. And last but not least, we have the minty peppermint patty bonbon, which is thin but is also packed with delectable flavor. One-shots, standalones, and short stories are also delectable despite being small, and so this prompt requires you to read something short and sweet, or lean and mean, or slim and dim. Whatever genre that you want to read, just so long as it's short and or a standalone piece. And those are all the bonbons in the Read-a-thon chocolate box. I hope you folks enjoy these delicious goodies, and I hope they're able to motivate and excite you into reading some books. I plan on releasing my TBR video sometime soon, so if you're interested in seeing what I plan on reading, I encourage you to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss it. I'm also preparing to film a reading vlog during the readathon, which will chronicle my reads and experiences throughout. It should be a lot of fun, and I'm really excited to share all of my thoughts with everybody. Now, during the readathon, I will be fairly active on Instagram, and I'm hoping to post my progress regularly. So make sure to add me at my manga space if you'd like to see those updates. Also, I created some really cute logs and trackers that all follow the Bonbon theme, and they can be found in my Instagram highlights if you're interested in using them. In addition to hosting this readathon, I'm also hosting an international giveaway over on Instagram, and that'll be for those that are participating in the readathon. And one lucky winner will be receiving up to $25 Canadian to spend at Book Depository. In order to enter, all you have to do is follow me on Instagram at my manga space, like the main Bonbon Read-a-thon Instagram post, and tag me in your readathon TBR. And that's it. It's super easy, like taking bonbons from a baby. Yeah, I'll let myself have now. All the readathon and giveaway details will be featured in the description of this video. Please drop me a comment letting me know if you plan on participating, and I'd love to know which bonbon is your favorite. My favorites are probably the dark chocolate seashell or the espresso crunch. I'm thrilled that I get to start this readathon soon, and I hope that you're able to join me. No pressure though. I hope you all have a manga-nificent day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!